Good evening, everybody. This is Matthew. I will be running a Shattered Plains game for Chapo and Alex. And if you would, just give me a short snippet about your character, Chapo.
Okay. Playing a Warforged Juggernaut. He's a level 1 sorcerer. His name is Storm Herald. And he is kind of different from other sorcerers where he's more into getting to the physical part of it, where he'd rather punch somebody and deal the spell damage right up on top of them instead of throwing something at him. He's not against throwing it, but he's more of an up and close kind of brawler. And he's an ex-soldier, so they tried something different with him when they were teaching him all of his combat stuff. Other than that, he's kind of charismatic for a Warforged, but he is very honor bound, and he really enjoys when it starts getting stormy, or stuff like that. So that's him.
Nice. And Alex, you were still working on your character, right?
Yeah, I'm just debating my stat arrangement.
Okay. Well, I'll give everybody a short idea of what's going on with the Shattered Plains. So this all takes place in a realm where all the planes have collided and have split apart and sort of merged together. So there's literally anything that you could find on any other plane on this one plane. It's broken up into different islands, continents, just floating in a vast expanse of nothingness. They'll be starting off in Calibor, which was a rather large, thriving community before the calamity happened. And this was fairly recent, 2 years ago, so all the characters would be in living memory of this, so it would be fresh in their minds. And that's kind of where we're at.
I got a character that I wanted to use before, but I couldn't use before.
Well, you can use it here.
I'll change her up for the setting, but
Okay.
I'm gonna go with fighting. What the heck? Now I really wish you hadn't gone live.
Nobody will ever see it but us. I have exactly one person subscribed to my channel.
My dog just came over and checked up on me when she's the mom of the puppies that I just had. So I'm pretty sure something is not good.
Oh man, if you need to step away, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
No worries. So Chapo, you got any questions about this place?
So the only law is whoever is mightier.
Basic rundown, yeah.
So it's just kind of like a chaotic anarchy kind of sort of right now.
Yep. It was a very lawful place to start with, but everything went to hell in a handbasket. Which, I'm pretty sure the planes collide and shit starts breaking apart, continents ripping themselves to pieces and floating into a dark expanse, that would work.
Okay. So the town we live in, how big is it?
It was considered a large town to start with, but it's only about a third of its size, so about somewhere between 500 and 1,000 people left.
Okay.
Literally, the earth was sheared off like 2/3 of the town. They don't even know what happened to it. It's just gone.
So we're roaming around on a third of Earth?
Well, there's an entire earth. You just have to bunny hop from one section to another.
Ah. Now
Well,
you're
there's an
doing-
entire earth. There's an entire plane of air and fire and
Okay.
know, divine realms all rolled into one.
So when you hop the land masses, do you have to? Can you just jump it? And it's like the gravity is kind of weird, or do you have to have like something ferry you across?
Well, so far nobody knows 'cause, nobody's experienced it before. I'd say if the land masses were close enough, you could walk across or jump across. More than likely, there's going to be some interesting things happening with water going from one continent to another with nothing below it. So sinking might be a very, very bad idea.
Hmm. Okay.
Also, there's the potential for airships.
Were the airships around before
Yep.
the calamity? A lot, or just kind of
There was actually a docking station in the town of Kelebor.
was?
That was on the other half, or other
Okay.
2/3.
Is there any? Do we know what the other half is, or it just got destroyed?
You don't know. It basically, things went crazy, lots of upheaval, darkness, and you basically come out from shelter and 2/3 of the city is gone.
Okay. What's the highest building?
About 3 stories.
All right. I'd like to get up to the top of that.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be no problem. You can get to the top of it. It's the library.
Oh, so we do. Okay. I guess I would just do a 360 and see what I can see. This is just really nothing.
Okay. Well, you looking just straight off at the horizon, or you looking up or down, or just
All
Yes.
over.
everywhere you can look?
Yeah.
All right. As you look to where the old rest of the town used to be, you can see another island, probably 5 miles off in the distance.
Okay.
As you look up, you'll see the occasional small island floating over top of you. And if you look down into the Gulf, you'll see darkness, but it's not like the night sky. It's just pitch black, no stars. But where you're at is daylight right now.
Okay. So, would you say that the world is now, since it's broken up, is it like flat? Or is it just kind of like a cluster? Or would it be
Are
like
you
a
familiar
sphere?
with Star Trek by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, so think multidimensional chess,
Oh, okay.
that sort of deal.
So we're all kind of like a pillar, but just staggered.
Yeah, it could be down, it could be up, it could be off to the left, off to the right. Basically, any direction you want to go, there's something. It just may take you a while to get there.
Okay. Is there an airship in town?
There is not an airship in town.
All right.
You guys have been cut off from trade basically for the last 2 years. There's not been any caravans or anything, and the whole town has had to subside off of what they could grow or hunt.
Okay. How's the hunting?
The hunting's not bad. There's some fisheries that the town has cultivated over the last couple of years. There's natural wild game, cows, sheep, goats, that sort of thing. You're on a large size mass of land. It's probably, you don't really know this, but you're kind of sitting at the pinch of a corner,
Okay.
and it goes probably 100 miles in one direction, and like the widest part's 30 miles across.
Okay. Okay. Has anybody in the town left and came back? Searching or exploring?
About the farthest anybody has been out from town is about 50 miles.
Okay. What are
And they've found forests and open plains, some rivers that seem to flow from both ends now.
Okay.
It's like the water comes up out of the center and falls off either side.
Yeah.
But they've not found any other form of civilization. To the best of y'all's knowledge, you're pretty much it.
So this imp,
Mhm.
does he stay in the town?
No, he shows up once a month and demands his taxes.
Who has to pay the taxes?
The town collects the taxes and pays the mayor, or the elected mayor of the town now, pays food taxes to the imp.
Okay. Is it an exorbitant amount?
It hasn't been to date. Yeah, it's just like a cow every month, a couple of sheep, maybe a pig.
Okay. What is that doing to the livestock numbers?
It's not really dwindling them any. This was mainly an agricultural area, so there was a large stock ahead of time.
Okay. So how's the community? Are they still in touch with each other, or are they just kind of fend for yourselves, screw everybody else?
It's they've kind of come together in sort of a, for a lack of a better term, hippie commune. That everybody does their best to help everybody else. Like everybody shares everybody else's burdens. It's like what you would want the best out of humanity in like a worst case scenario.
Okay. So, how's the the race mix up in the town?
Predominantly humans. There's pretty much every race, but like the darker races, like the Drow or Deep Gnomes or stuff of that nature. But there's a good mix of everything else that's not considered an evil character. I'd say it's probably 40% human, and the rest is just a mix.
Okay.
All right.
Town guard?
Just a mishmash. There's like the guard captain that was on duty the night it happened, and he's taking together a few stragglers here and there and just training townsfolk to be guards. Basically, you have a wall. If the city was a square, you're sitting in a corner, and the other half just drops off into the void, or the other 2/3 drops off into the void. So you have basically two gates entering the city on opposite walls at a 45-degree angle from each other.
Okay.
And the other side, there's pretty much nothing.
Oh, okay. That's good and bad.
All right. I'm playing Ramora Lamparia. Once, when she was younger, younger as in 2 years ago, she was part of a famous household. But with the destruction of pretty much everything that anyone knows and loves, she's one of the few family members left, and she's resorting to basically petty crimes to just stay alive. But after scrounging enough money and materials to make herself her own weapons and armor, she's trying to raise a sort of militia to help protect people from, well, other, like, thieves and any banditry that may occur.
All right.
She's a level 1 fighter, and her feat is inspiring leader.
Nice.
Hmm.
All right. So the day of the taxing arises, and the town pretty much all gathers at the western gate, which is facing the bulk of the landmass away from the city. And unlike other months, the imp shows up, but this time he's brought some other creatures with him.
Okay.
Check the CR on this. Okay. Well, I had
CR
planned
impossible.
No, nothing's impossible with you guys. All right, so this imp pops up, and beside him is a small, fiery-looking rock creature, and next to him is a flying, well, basically a fiery rock demon fairy. That's the best way I can explain that.
Okay.
And his attitude is completely different than normal. He's goes up, and the town's got a cow out there waiting on him, and it's like, no, it's time. 3 cows.
That's a little expensive, isn't it? You've been asking for one for a long time now.
Yeah, the boss is starting to look at me a little harder than usual. You'd hate for me to tell the boss where you're at, wouldn't you?
I suppose.
Do we even have 2 other cows?
Yeah, you could acquire 2 other cows. You just have to go get them. But that's entirely up to the town. I mean, if you basically, y'all are running the exchange right now just for the, If you want to do the exchange, then you give them 3 cows. If you don't, then this turns into a fight.
I'm gonna look to the Warforged and I'm gonna say we don't really have much choice.
That's right, you don't.
Can we just give him like 1? Or we just give you 2 cows?
Are you a little thick in your metal head? Did you not hear me? I said 3 cows.
I heard you perfectly fine.
Well, if we are to get them, we will have to go fetch them.
Hurry up. Don't take it long.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
you gotta love the voice.
it might take us a couple hours.
A couple hours? The town ain't that damn big.
I mean, you know how cows get.
Yeah, kind of like you stupid humans.
Your intelligence is not much higher, but okay.
Might makes right, metal man.
Let's go fetch the cow.
Right. And I'll start heading over to go get the cows.
I'll go with you. So, we could say no.
And do what? Even if we manage to defeat the 3 of them, he'll just send more.
No. Yeah, but we don't even know if it's really a demon or if it's just the imp. Maybe we'll give him the cows this time and then follow him. Find out if it's really true or he's just conning us. Imps are known. I think they're known. I don't know. Would I know if they're known for being just devious and deceiving?
Okay, we'll come up with an interesting way to. You would have known this. So.
Well, since I'm a sorcerer and we have a big library. I don't really know anybody, so I guess I would probably be into the books as much as I could since I don't know. And up until recently when what's your character's name again, Alex?
Remora.
Remora?
Yeah, I'll take them.
Up until recently when Remora started the militia, I probably would have just did what I do best, which is gain knowledge and learn what I can from books. Doesn't mean I know everything, but
Make me a history check with advantage.
Yep.
See if you recall something in a book.
I got a 10.
But you have advantage.
That is with advantage. I rolled a 6
okay.
and a 9, and I only get a +1
Right.
in intelligence.
Well, I was going for something higher than a 10, so yeah, 10's good. Yeah, you would know that they're pretty deceitful creatures. You wouldn't know a whole lot about their abilities. You do know that they have dark vision, and they're immune to poison and fire.
Are they susceptible to anything else?
Nope. Straight damage.
Okay. Well, we really have 2 choices. We either fight them or give them the cows. But if we give them the cows, then we could follow them. And
Unless
Find
he
out for
flies
ourselves.
away.
Well, he's got to fly with a cow.
That is true.
And I don't think he could pick up a cow himself, would he? He's a small creature.
Nope.
I mean, even the other thing is kind of small. And the other one doesn't even fly, so.
They'd have to take it with him.
Now thinking about it, this island is pretty small, and there's no demon lords on it from what I can remember.
Would I recall any demon lords on the island from before the calamity happened?
You until this little imp started showing up, nobody in the town had ever actually seen one.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a good chance that they don't actually exist here, to the best of your knowledge.
So before this happened, the calamity, was there like an archmage?
There was an archmage. There was also the sky dock for the airship,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a caravan route that went through town,
Right.
along with a local ruler that was a cleric of Palor.
So it was a pretty decent town, wasn't?
Yeah, pretty decent sized town.
I mean, as far as like the people are all pretty much decent.
Yeah.
He looks to Remora and he's like, I think this guy's bullshitting us.
What are you suggesting?
Well, why don't we see if we can deceive him into taking only 2? And if not, we can put one around the corner. I mean, what's he really going to do? I mean, with all the guard force that we have and everybody else, we could eventually take him out. But I just want to see where he goes. Because if he's BSing us and he's the one that's trying to pull a con on us, then, 2 years, every month he comes and gets a cow. That's a lot of people we can feed. Not to mention the dairy or whatever else that comes out from the cow.
Well, if you think it's right, I say let's do that. Let's do this.
Okay.
All right, you guys get to the cow pens. You find 6 cows. You can
I'll
take
tie
your
one
pick.
up. I'll take one, the skinniest one of them all. If there's one.
All right, you grab this old nag of a dairy cow.
Mm.
Looks like she has been milked to near death.
All right. I'll bring her.
And the next weakest one.
And the next weakest one.
Well, there's a full-grown, sort of sickly-looking cow, and then there is sort of a half-lame-looking calf.
What does
The calf a cow or a bull?
It is a cow.
Well, we'll probably get more out of the calf in the long run, even if it's lame.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll take the sickly old cow and the calf.
All right. As you put the leash around the neck of the cow, you both hear a voice in your head. And the voice says, "Thank you for sparing my child. They're all my children, and I will bless you in the upcoming fight for doing this. And if you look around, you'll see a rather healthy-looking, full-uddered cow standing staring at you.
Are you the one who's talking to us?
I am.
So how do all the cows have these mental abilities?
I am not a cow all the time, or at least I don't house myself in a cow.
Ah. What are you then?
I go by many names. Some people call me the Mother Nature, some call me the guardian of the animals.
So you're a god.
I'm a deity.
So you're tired of this imp also.
Yeah, I've seen what he does to the animals.
So is he correct? Does he serve a demon lord or whatever, or is he just...
He serves his own appetites.
Right.
I knew it.
Well, I think it settles that.
He'll untether the two cows. He's like, well, I know what we need to do.
Okay. Well, if
Actually,
you will.
Will you allow me to take her with me, the one that's sickly, just as a means for me to get closer to him?
Sure. As
They
long as
won't
no
harm
harm
her.
comes to her, you are fine.
Okay. He'll take the one cow, just as a way of getting closer to the imp.
Now, if you would, just step over here and lay your hands on my forehead.
Okay.
Or you, young lady, you can lay your weapon on my forehead.
Okay. She'll draw out her longsword and put it on her head.
And the sword starts to glow
Okay.
with a faint yellow light.
He'll just kind of, he'll put his hand on her head also.
What color of a warforged are you? Or do you have a color of choice?
I think he tends more towards like a stainless steel kind of sort of.
All right. Well, you lay your hands on Cal's forehead, and you notice that your hands seem brighter, more polished than usual.
Okay.
And the voice speaks to you and says, "That will help you in your fight. Now, if you would, protect my children, and thank you for your service."
That's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me.
By far.
Okay, you guys think the weirdest thing that's happened to you is a cow talking to you, but you saw the entire world split apart.
We said weirdest, not out of the ordinary.
Just saying. All right, so you guys are leading the sickly cow back.
Hmm. So the imp has a stinger. It flies. Yeah, those fairy things are fire-based. He analyzes out loud, so he's just, that's a Warforged thing he picked out. So I could get close to the imp.
Right. We should be able to defeat him easily with these empowered weapons.
Functionally, the weapons just overcome resistances.
Better than nothing.
I could punch it with a Actually, no. I could punch it with the frost. And then those fairy things, I could probably do the same thing. Or poison punch them.
Well, whatever you decide to punch him with, as long as we're fighting for everyone's right to live, I feel that we can defeat them.
Oh,
And I'll give us both the effects of Inspiring Leader on our way back. And it gives us 4 temporary hit points.
yeah. That's going to help.
That is going to help. I love it when you guys do things so I can make things harder.
Don't do that.
All right, so you get back, and the imp goes, "That's about damn time."
Or
Right.
Storm is just going to walk up and bring the cow towards the imp. Yes.
You walking beside him.
Are you both leading a cow?
Sure.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't need to question why there was only one cow. Could you have found any that were uglier?
Actually, the rest of them were not where we thought we were going to find any. This is the only one that we found. And he keeps walking, but he'll let go of the lead 5 feet so that the cow is not within 10 feet of the...
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, I'll have my shield on already, but I'll let go of the reins and start following.
You two dimwits, pick up the damn reins.
Oh, hold on 1 second, and he'll be within 5 feet of him. He'll turn like he's going to, but then he'll come back around and try and punch him in the head.
Go for it.
All right.
I'll just be pulling out my weapon.
All right, so rolled a 19 plus 7, so that's a 26.
Oh, that'll hit.
And that's going to be. Is he wearing any metal?
He is not wearing metal.
Okay. And I'm gonna hit him with a Ray of Frost punch.
Okay.
Gotta find a D8. Where's my D8? Oh, he fell off. There we go. So spell damage is 6 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And I didn't know if you wanted to include the punch damage or just the spell damage.
Let's run with including it, and we'll see how that goes, and we'll make adjustments as needed.
All right, so his punch damage adds another 9, so 15 points altogether.
All right. So he screams, "Deception! Attack!" and flies up
He's
into the
got
air.
minus 10 movement from the frost.
That'll still get him 30 feet into the air.
Little bastard.
All right. And Rolmora.
So he flew away from us?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna attack one of that low flyer elemental creature.
All right.
That's only gonna be a 10 or 9.
A 9 will miss.
Okay. Can't do shit else, so that's my turn.
All right. Now let's everybody roll some initiative.
Okay. Ooh, that's gonna
Ugh.
suck. What'd you get?
I love how everybody
Um,
groaned in unison.
7.
Oh,
You got better than I did. They're gonna have like 20s and shit.
no, but they did. Well, two of them did not roll bad. The other one could not roll worse. Actually, let me double check. He may have actually got a 0. Let's see. That is that one. No.
What is going on?
All right. First one's an 18. That is the method. If y'all couldn't tell from my horrible description. All right. The imp is actually
An imp.
got a 4.
Oh,
And the Magman has got an 18.
not the Magman.
The Magman.
Oh god, the heat damage.
Yeah, I figured, fire damage would be a good idea to hang together.
I didn't play a
Which one
barbarian.
of the Magman and the Mephit go first?
Yep. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, Magman's got better. So he is going to reach out and attempt to touch Giant Metal Man.
Don't do it. He's sensitive.
Alright. And with a 7, he ain't going to touch nothing.
No.
He reaches out and touches you. His hand rolls across your arm, but it just slides and nothing seems to happen. He gently caressed your bottom.
Okay.
Would the imp go before me, or would I go after the imp?
The player always goes first.
Okay.
At least in my games, player always goes first. All right, so Method goes, and it's going to use its fire breath, and it's going to try to hit you both. All right, make me a DC 11 dex save.
Oh, I barely made that. I got a 12.
I also got 12. Jesus Christ.
Oh, and that was some good damage, too. On a failed save. Okay, you take half. So you take 5 fire damage each.
Okay.
Oh.
Ouch.
And Relmora, I believe that's your turn.
All right. Attack the Mephit.
All right, go for it.
That's a 24 to hit.
I'm almost 100% certain that will hit.
But there's a chance.
You never know. Some miracles may happen. All right,
10
yeah,
slashing.
10 slashing? All right. He is looking really injured.
All right. Is the Megman close to me?
Yeah. You said you were right next to Storm, weren't you?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, he reached out and tried to touch Storm and didn't really do much.
Okay.
So,
Then I won't move.
all right. In that case, Storm, what you want to do?
All right. Let's see.
Got an imp 30 feet up, a Magman trying to caress your bottom, and a Mephit floating there, casting fire breath at people.
Okay. So the Mephit is the one that got hit, right?
Yes.
Okay. What does he look like? A fiery creature, or?
Yeah, definitely looks like a fiery creature.
Okay. Then I'm going to punch him with poison spray.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, like green gas is gonna form around my hands or my hand as I punch him in the face. Uh, hmm. That's going to be an 11.
And 11 will hit.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
That is its AC, actually.
Are you using poison spray?
Yeah.
Gets
Actually,
a con save.
yeah, he does get a con save. So my spell DC is 13.
Well, he auto makes it because he's immune to poison.
Oh shit! I was hoping he wasn't. Oh well. Well,
But
he gets
he
tagged
would
by the punch damage.
Yeah, he would still take the physical.
All right, so that's 8 physical.
8. All right, he is looking like he's about to fall over.
Okay.
All right, and the imp's going to go. The imp is going to turn invisible.
Oh. Hmm.
All right. And we're back to the top of the round with Magman. Magman's going to attempt to reach out and caress your bottom again.
Okay. Got to hit an 18.
Well, he rolled an 18 and he has a +4, so he's going to pinch that shit. All right, you take 7 fire damage.
Ouch.
If the target creature is flammable, a flammable object, it ignites, which you're metal, so I would say not.
All right. I am 2 hit points away from being done. And that is into the temporary hit points.
Impressive. All right, Mephit. Mephit's a little pissed off at your little girlfriend there, so he is going to attempt to make a claw attack. It's a +3 to hit, and that's a 22.
That'll hit.
Shit. This is gonna fucking suck if I do. Alright, you take 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Plus 2 points of fire damage. And Romora, your turn.
Bonus action to second wind. Which
Oh, thank
I actually do have. I just got 6, so. Whew. And my main action is to attack the method.
Alright, go for it.
For 18,
Oh, that'll hit.
5 slashing.
Alright. How do you want to kill it?
So it's just floating in the air, right? Just hovering.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get kind of annoyed with it, and I'm just gonna lean back with my sword like this, but then I'm just gonna smack it down and then stab it.
Okay. As you do this, he sort of screeches in like a very rock grating sort of voice. And he bursts into lava. And yeah. All right, just so a quick understanding of where everybody's at. So Storm is to your left, you are to the right, and the Mephit is to the right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Storm, you're good. Omora, make me a DC 11 dex save.
That's 18.
Okay. You will take 3 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
Alright, Storm.
All right. So Magman is still up, right?
Yes.
All right. I am going to. Hmm. We're going to try and hit him with the poison punch again. Let's see.
Okay.
That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
All right. So he takes 9 punching damage and 11 poison damage, and he's got to make a con save of.
No, he don't. He's dead.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, Storm and Romora, make me a DC 11 Dex save.
Stop that.
All right. Got a 15. Good.
15.
21.
You're good. And how much did you have?
21.
1. You're good. All right. So he kind of, his body sort of bubbles like it's about to explode, and then just small gouts of lava flow out from the sides, and he just puddles into a pile of molten rock on the ground. If you guys had failed that, he would have exploded.
Oh, that would have sucked.
Yeah. All right, so basically, you guys have taken care of all the monsters. There is a invisible imp either here or gone.
All right. Can I make? Is there any roll I can make to see if I can locate him? Like a perception, maybe I can hear him flying off.
Yeah, I don't see why not. That makes sense.
Okay.
It's leathery wings. You should be able to hear something. And you both can make it, actually.
I'm actually going to make an intimidation check. I'm going to call this little fucker out.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage.
Turn tail and run. Come back and fight. If you're supposedly a messenger for Demon Lord. And that's a 24.
Okay, let me counter roll.
Without it, I would have gotten 22.
Oh. This apparently pisses him off. And you hear a voice from behind you that says, "I ain't running away, you stupid bitch." And at that point, he makes an attack. And he fails with an 8. All right, so you hear him say that, and at this time you see his stinger come down, and he's aiming for your shoulder, but it just sort of glances off the top of your shoulder and shoots past your head. So there's, a stinger about the size of 2 fists floating, just went right past your head. And he's back. He's there next to you.
All right. I'm going to attempt to grapple him.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing about grabbing him by his tail and smashing him on the ground with shocking grasp. That works.
Yeah.
Hulk goes puny god and whack, 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 smacks Loki on the ground.
21.
All right, let's see if he can worm his way out of this.
I'm rolling really good.
Oh, God, he was rolling really, really bad. He literally rolled another 3. Okay, so he is grappled.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of I'll turn and I'll wrap my arm around this stinger, and then I'll just push my hands on his head and just push him to the ground.
Oh, that's bad for him.
Oh, let me go, you cranky old woman. You dirty-looking hag.
Just kill him already, Storm.
All right. So, let's see. I am going to... Are you wearing metal armor?
Me? Yes,
Yeah.
I'm wearing chainmail.
Okay. All right, so I'm just going to run up and I'm going to do like a rabbit punch, like a hammer fist down on top of his back. Let's see. Do I get advantage on it since he's being grappled?
Yeah.
Okay. That's great because I rolled a 1 on the first one. That's a 22 to hit the second one.
That'll hit.
Okay. All right, so that's 8 physical damage and 7 cold damage.
All right. So, as you bring your fist down, you feel the magical energy flow from your fist. You hit him on the back, and you feel the crunch, and you hear the snap of this thing's spine, and it just lays there, screaming in pain. Its upper body is moving, its wings are flapping, but its legs, tail, stinger, nothing else is moving.
Okay.
Is it dead or is it its turn?
It's turn, but it's trying to fly away, but nothing on its body is really functioning properly. It's basically, for all intents and purposes, at this point, would be a mercy killing.
You want to do it? Or you want me to?
Fine. And I'll just flip it over onto its back. I'll take my shield and I'll kind of like crush off its tail. And then I'll stab him through his chest with my longsword.
Alright, there's literally no resistance. And he just sort of gurgles and says, "You will die." And that's the last. He just breathes out and there's nothing left.
I'll pick up the body and I'll shake it to make sure it's lifeless. Then I'll just throw it on the ground.
Is the edge of the island nearby?
It's about a half mile into town, but yeah, that's
Okay,
relatively near.
I was just going to chuck him over the edge of it.
Yeah, you can totally do that. Most everybody has been dumping their refuse over. Which, for
Actually,
future reference, doesn't necessarily make the people that live in the town that, floats below y'all occasionally too happy.
Well, that makes us happy right now. So I'm just going to... So did she cut his tail off?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to grab him by one of his wings and put a tail on top of his body. And I'm basically just going to drag his body all the way down the main street so people can see that he's dead. And then I'm going to chuck him over the edge.
All right. As you approach the middle of the town, the town alchemist comes doddering out of his shop going, "Wait, wait, wait.
What's up?
Can I have a stinger?"
Oh, yeah.
Ah, good. Thank you. Makes great poison.
There's 2 other creatures out there by the front gate that are dead.
2 other... He brought help?
Yeah.
I wonder y'all killed him.
He won't be taxing us anymore. He doesn't work for a devil. He was conning us.
So you know that for sure?
Yeah, I do.
Good to know.
As long as we don't tell them how we know that.
I was just like, a cow told us. No.
He would look you directly in the eye and say, "Was it a Jersey or a Holstein?"
It was Mother Earth.
was the whole cow.
One might even say a holy cow.
Yeah.
Can't believe that didn't pop in my head till just then.
Well, if an arrow had got stuck in the cow, then maybe, or a stinger, then you could go with holy cow.
All right. So yeah, you drag him the rest of the way, toss him off without any trouble. You do have a few questions from the mayor when you get back to collect the other two remains, or if you're just going to leave them there, that's fine.
No,
They'll
I'm
just
not.
turn to stone. So.
Oh. Question.
And the mayor looks at you and says, "What the hell do y'all think you're doing? I mean, he's going to send for somebody. They're going to come and get us."
I put my hand up. I'm like, no, he's not. He's no longer a threat. There is no devil. Assurances from a cow.
And
It looks
while
like he's about to argue with you, and then he just like stops as it registers what you said.
I'm standing behind him, like as he's getting ready to say that. I'm like, no, don't.
Oh, so yep, you guys have managed to thwart this little imp's plans. The town is not necessarily grateful, but they're not like throwing you in the stocks or anything.
And he's
So-
like, Storm's like, I helped the town. Why is everybody mad?
Well, I mean, do you know how preposterous we sound?
No, a cow talked to me.
That doesn't send up any red flags.
He looks at the camera, then he looks at you. No.
Don't look at them.
He looks at the camera again. Tilts his head a little bit like C-3PO would. Looks back at you. I don't get it.
Me
You
either.
mortals.
This whole godly thing is weird.
How
Alright.
else am I supposed to inform the mayor that a cow talked to me?
Have you tried re-talking to it?
We haven't been back yet. The mayor stopped us.
Well,
Let's go. So he heads back
we'll take the
to
two
the
cows.
divine cow.
Yeah, we'll take back the 3 cows that we were meant to sacrifice.
All right. So y'all take the 2 cows back. You get to the pen. The cow that talked to you is not there.
Of course.
You do see a large cat up on the fence, though.
He looks at the cat and he thinks. Well, he doesn't think. He says that must be the cow because the cow's gone. He's like thinking out loud, like, well, it could be the cow, but now it's a big cat, probably.
What? I don't know. It's all kind of weird to me. I'm just supposed to be some girl with a sword.
You're a girl with a sword,
That's what I said.
with the Warforged standing in front of you, looking for a holy cow.
As you two
Nice.
sit,
I ruined it.
and talk back and forth to each other about this very spiritual experience that you had, this large gray squirrel runs up Relmora's leg and sits on her shoulder.
Hello,
Says-
squirrel. Are you holy? Are you Mother Earth?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
you,
talk
It was- It was funny when y'all thought I was the cat.
it was,
You know.
big cat, big cow, large squirrel. Logic.
Yeah. Now he's always going to think that anything large and animalistic is going to be you.
He has a new quirk.
Oh, you keep this up, you might have to dip Druid to get speak with animals.
I could do that.
All right. So, yeah, she sits there on your shoulder and goes, "So, did everything turn out okay?"
Yes, we smashed the imp and the other two things.
Okay. Would you care to take on a little task for me, or are y'all too busy right now?
Yes, could you heal my body? I am about to deactivate.
Well, I mean, pretty sure a long rest will take care of that, won't it?
Oh, yes, but he says that and then he, like, just deactivates because, like, I'm guessing the temporary hit points fade out.
Well, you take your temporary hit points first,
Oh,
and then you lose your hit points.
oh, okay.
It's not like I think it was second edition where it was you lose your hit points and then temporary hit points are last.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So I'm still running on 2. Okay.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
It didn't make sense, and it kind of made sense. Well, it didn't make sense, but it made the combats more like heroic. Because once your temporary hit points fell, you just collapsed. Unless you had Die Hard, then you're like, I need a medic.
Oh, Lord.
I am bleeding.
Like that vampire on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, he just kept dying for like hours.
Jesus
Oh, man,
Christ.
that's something I haven't seen in forever.
Heroic death. Or unheroic death, either way. Sure. Once I rest and my body is complete again, I will be in the condition for such a task.
Very well. Me and a few other deities are attempting to stitch, well, what remains of all the realms back together. And there is some sort of item on this island that seems to be causing a problem. I'm not sure what exactly it is. It's old and apparently has been here for a long time. This is not my native realm, so I'm not familiar with everything as I should be.
Well, to be fair, I'll just kind of gesture to the open spaces, the floating islands, and the shattered fucking dimensions and displaced terrain. I'm like, I don't think anyone knows what it is.
No, it's
Is
worse
there like a
than you
flying ocean somewhere?
know. There are actually sections where the ocean is still there, connecting two continents, but literally has no bottom under it. So if you're in a ship and it sinks, it literally just falls out into nothingness.
Yeah. We have no idea how anything works anymore either.
Well, I need you to get me this item. It'll be tough for just the two of you, but I think you can handle it. A long night's rest might do you some good.
Yes.
So
And she'll look
we-
at the camera and go, wink, wink, nod, nod. 1 XP is worth of good.
Yes.
well, that's what I'm getting. At least I'm level 2 now.
Oh, wow. That's fantabulous.
Well, I had the whole thing scaled for 3 level 1s, so gotta do something to keep y'all alive.
That's great.
I'm making an effort not to kill you,
That's
unless your
also
name's Clay. And then
Then
Zero-
tie
Zero-
with him.
That's exactly. Or the random harpoon that is not supposed to crit.
Oh, well, you're dead. That's 60 points of damage. What the fuck?
Oh, Chapo, I really got to get you to run a game with Clay in it sometime.
Who's Clay?
Clay is our friend that plays in our Thursday night game,
Mhm.
and he's. How would you describe Clay?
Does he have Jubei jeans?
No, he's a
Reverse.
walking. He is a walking natural one.
That's funny.
In one game, he managed in one round to stick his arm into a dragon's mouth 3 times
By rolling 3 ones.
in a row.
Wow. And the dragon didn't bite that thing off?
Oh, he took some damage. Nearly
Wow.
killed him. But the dragon never
Some
actually
damage.
crit, so I was just like, okay.
Came close sometimes.
Yeah, it's. Guess what spell I have now?
Definitely not shield.
Thunder Wave.
Why is everyone taking Thunder Wave?
Well, you know why I'm taking it. Remember the other game for the other night?
No.
So
How do you?
I'm playing this other character called Fada, right? Which is basically the carbon copy of Tanka.
Mhm.
And so Fada is a lore master. So I had him change the save for Thunderwave to Charisma. So instead of being a like thunderous boom or like a thunder wave, it was actually just a barrage of hearts. and I
Oh my god!
and there was a block of goblins, 3x3, exactly 15-foot cube, right? And Gerald's like, yeah. The other guy's character, which his name is Perrin, is this little monk halfling. He runs up and he does his little kicks or whatever, and then Fada is just like, because earlier in the campaign, Fada had told all these goblins, because he's a hobgoblin, hey, beat feet or I'm gonna fucking wax all your asses, right? But they show up behind us because we're all in a wagon, and then the little halfling dude runs out there, hits one guy, and then Fada jumps out and he's like, I told you to get the fuck out of here, right? So he runs up and he thunder waves the whole bunch, and like all of them die. Just bam. And I
Nice.
used a second level slot, so it did like I think 3d8. So it was like 20 damage. Boom! I killed all the goblins in one spot. Anyways, point being is a thunder wave.
We should start a YouTube channel and just do tales of former characters.
We should the plight of Krisk.
I mean, if we put Clay on there, that would be entertaining enough for anybody.
3 seasons.
There should be.
Yeah,
There should be.
just Clay.
Yeah,
Oh man!
that's
All
fine.
right.
Okay, so I gotta add hit points. Yay! I get another 8 hit points, so I'm still squishy. No, not as squishy.
I have 20 hit points.
Yo, you're a fighter. I just got lucky because I got a high constitution. So
I got some pretty decent rolls.
I got sorcery points now too. Ooh.
I had 16 strength, 15 dex, 14 con, 11 intelligence, 9 wisdom, and 16 charisma. And I was going to switch my charisma to my intelligence, but I figured we needed the extra hit points, which we did.
Definitely. Yes. That is a bonus.
So I took Inspiring Leader.
Actually, I wonder if I should sit and do like. I wonder if I should dip into monk. Maybe not.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting couple of characters to play with.
Hell yes.
You guys are always entertaining. And if you hadn't figured out, that's the entire purpose of playing any of my games, is to entertain me.
The Dungeon Master.
Yes.
Oh.
The guy that plays dance, monkeys dance.
Actually, if I took monk, I would get 2 attacks a turn.
Behold all my tricks.
Actually, no, I can't.
Oh, what? Where are they? I got a D20.
What did I do?
All right. So the little squirrel gives you information on where to find this item in the forest, and she warns you that it will be guarded by some not insurmountable creatures, but it will be a tough fight.
Okay.
And, will we have help?
Well, you will have my blessing. That's about all the help I can offer.
So what does the blessing do? Because I never rolled for it or anything last turn.
All right. The blessing basically is just gives you your weapon the same effect as having a silvered weapon. So it negates any magical resistance.
All right. Sounds good.
And may have one other bonus. But we'll see.
Cool.
Depends on how quick y'all fuck some shit up.
Stay tuned.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes.
Until they put up those goddamn turbines. All the bats started blowing up. Why? Why did they blow up the bats?
When you said blowing up the bats, that instantly made me think of Shrek when they blew up the snake and made animals. Oh gosh, my brain is so messed up, it's not funny.
I went with what is it called again? It's like the Tempest Sorcerer.
Oh, tempestuous.
Yeah. The
Magic.
Storm Sorcery or whatever. I was gonna go with Pyromancer, but I was like, I like the Storm stuff. Cause I could.
And I just want to say, I don't want to say it live, but there's already a problem with your build.
What is it?
You technically don't have proficiency with heavy armor, so you have a lot of disadvantages for using your heavy integrated blade.
Oh, really? That blows.
That's why I was like, you took a level in sorcerer away. I'm like, uh-oh. I can't. What are the penalties?
Let's go look. Compendium, rules, Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron.
Your class gives you proficiency with certain types of armor. If you wear armor that you lack proficiency with, you have disadvantage on any ability check, saving throw, or attack roll that involves strength or dexterity, and you can't cast spells. So that fight would have been a lot more different.
So maybe instead of going second level sorcerer, I should go first level fighter.
Well, what's your wisdom?
Or what?
What's your wisdom? Because second level fighter will only a level in fighter will only give you medium armor proficiency.
Wisdom is the 14.
Go cleric of war.
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Or Forge Cleric, that will give you the resistance to fire damage.
Oh, at 2. I was more aiming for you get the proficiency with martial and heavy armor, or martial weapons and heavy armor. Not that you need the proficiency. But you get War Priest, which will let you use
Two extra attacks.
Yeah, 2 extra attacks as a bonus action. And then, of course, the cleric spells, which are always nice.
That's true. We need the healing. Actually,
Yeah, the other alternative is Tempest as well. Since you went Tempestuous Sorcerer, you can go Cleric of Tempest Domain. And then you can use 2 reactions when you get hit to basically do a Thunder Rebuke.
huh? I think I'd probably do that. That sounds a little bit more.
And you still get heavy armor and martial weapons.
all right.
Nice.
Boy!
All right, guys. We can continue tonight or pick it up another day. It's entirely up to you.
I need to wake up in 5 hours.
Yeah, you probably need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Cows aren't going to feed themselves. I wish they did.
Well, if you had enough grass, but probably not
It's
this time of year
snowing.
for you guys.
Damn you, cows!
Damn you, snow.
Oh, is
At
it
this
snowing up
point,
there
the
already?
squirrel looks over and goes, "Hey, I gave you a blessing as a cow."
You're not a cow, though. You're a god who took the shape of a cow. You're not an actual cow.
Yeah, occasionally I'm a platypus too.
Oh my
Oh.
god!
No.
That's
No.
awesome.
No. No.
You knew that was gonna happen, right?
Oh yeah,
Does she
It had
know
to
a
happen.
Jubei? Does she know a Jubei?
I
Everybody
know
knows you.
just about every deity.
Oh no, she's probably mated with him.
Well,
Shake the head of the camera. That's right.
I'm going to end broadcast there, guys.
Okay.